In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the image trace tool to trace a JPEG image and convert it into vector format. So I'm going to start just by creating a new document in Illustrator. And I'm just going to go with the standard letter size. And we'll go ahead and click Create. So here's my canvas I need to work on. And I'm going to go ahead and place the image that I edited in Photoshop in the previous video. So I click place, and then I'm going to go and find my way to that original image. I believe this is it. And we'll click place. And there it is. Move that around. Right now I'm not going to worry about resizing it. In fact, I want to keep it the original size of the image. I'll change the size and make it smaller once I've done the image trace. But as you can see, when you place a photo in Illustrator, you have some options. I would definitely embed the photo, and you could go straight to image trace. It says tracing may proceed slowly with this large image. Yeah, we would like to continue. Click OK. And then the image trace does a pretty good job, but as you notice, it kind of has a little too much black around the facial features. It kind of darkened in a little too much of that eye. So if you don't have the image trace panel showing, let's close that. You can turn it on by going to Window, Window, and then down to Image Trace. And then you just click on Image Trace. And let's actually just minimize that artboard panel for a moment. So here's the image trace panel. If you notice, I have the preview button clicked. You want to make sure you're clicking the preview button. And from here, you can adjust a few things. You do have different presets. I would probably just keep it as the default. But, your black and white logo might work okay. You can do an image trace on a color photograph, but that's not really what I want. I want to keep it in black and white for now. So we'll go with the default. And you do have the view. You can look at the tracing result with outlines, just the outlines, outlines of source image. But I just want to see what the tracing result is. So I'm going to keep it on the tracing result. And the mode black and white is definitely what I want to do. I want to keep it on black and white, not color, and definitely not grayscale. And then to adjust the amount of black in the image, or the amount of white in the image, you need to adjust the threshold. So if you bring it to the left side, it adds more white. And obviously that's way too much white. On the other hand, if I bring it over to more, it's going to give me more black, so much so that the entire image is turning black. I don't want that either. So you do have to kind of find that midpoint that works best for your particular image. And that's going to be different on each image, depending on the amount of black ink used on that original drawing. So here, I'm not real crazy with what it's doing around the eye still. I'm just kind of looking in this general area. And I'm just going to keep nudging down the threshold until I can see a little bit more of that eye. And I could always go back and do another layer on top of this and edit that more. But I want to see if I can get a little bit less of that black. So I'm just kind of nudging it over a little bit at a time. And that's looking pretty good. Some of the lines might be a bit thin. I might want to just bring that over just a little bit more. Okay, so I can kind of see a little bit more of the whites of the eyes there, a little better than before. Right, I'm just going to kind of just scan down and look at the rest of the image. The rest of that looks pretty good as well. All right, so from here, the last thing we would do, we can close out the image trace panel. The last thing we want to do when we're doing the image trace is click the expand button. And as you can see, that basically converts this to anchor points and paths. Now I'm pretty much ready to start editing this using the tools available to me in Illustrator. And in the next video, I'll show you how to use the live paint bucket to start changing the fill color on this image.